Hey guys, just heading out to a Christmas party. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I don't look too bad, don't I? Yeah, nice little cool deku toque. Yeah, it looks cool. I actually wore this in Calgary. I think the last picture of the Calgary room, I actually wore this, so just to see how cool it looks. Anyway, today it's the 12th day of Christmas reviews. I'm looking forward to it, and I finally saved the best for last. And I think this one is a good classic because it's the one I can remember and all has a good meaning to it. So, without further ado, let's talk about Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Now, I'm not going to do like a typical review like I've been doing with the others since, well, copyright problems and having to edit them all. So, instead, I'll just be doing an audio, one clip only, and show you one thing. Let's just give you an overall talk about and review. So, let's go check out Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Even though it's called Donald Duck Stuck on Christmas, it features Donald Duck, but the story is about Huey and Dewey Louie learning that Christmas every day is not such a good idea. If you are my age, you would know the movie Groundhog Day. It's a beloved Bill Murray classic. Anyway, so basically the plot is the same day repeats itself over and over, and you know what's going on, and you plan out. So Huey and Dewey Louie figure this out, and sick and tired of it, so they decide to change it one time with being very prepared. Scuba suit away from the aunt that always kissed them too much, a live turkey instead of the cooked turkey, and that results in, well, Christmas Day being ruined. So the next day they actually try to be on their very best. And because they were given a card from their Uncle Donald who says that he loves them very much. So they decided to build him that special boat that he wanted out of their sled gifts that they received. And it proves that the story is really good. A Very Goofy Christmas is my favorite in Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, but that's just because Goofy's my favorite. Anyway, we get to see little Max as a kid instead of a preteen or teen or even young adult like we do in the movies or in the TV series. But we see him as a little kid, and with Christmas here, Pete, his neighbor, Goofy's neighbor, and basically the Donald Trump of Mickey Mouse, he's basically a D-bag and tells Max that Santa Claus doesn't exist, even leaving Max to actually cry. Wow, Goofy should kick his butt. Even though Goofy won't, because Goofy is a good person. And we see that he's actually making food for their neighbors who aren't doing so very well. And that he wants, and telling Max about sharing the Christmas spirit and joy for others. And that's actually a pretty good message for little kids who are curious. Meanwhile, Goofy does reveal to Max that he does believe that Santa Claus exists. And as soon as he tries to get Max to believe, he starts to doubt and doesn't believe himself either. So they try to both cheer each other up. I will say the ending is a kind of a cop-out, with Santa Claus actually existing and giving Max his snowboard. But Goofy does reveal the gift that he always gets, Max's happiness. But Max got his dad the same thing too, and he shared his gift with the neighbor kid, who was just because he wanted to share the goodness with his gift like Goofy does. And that's actually a very special one. So, A Very Goofy Christmas is definitely worth watching. Mickey and Minnie's Gift of the Magi is basically a retelling of the original story Gift of the Magi. Basically, a couple who are not financially able to have a Christmas. are not able to find work, having difficulties during this time. A lot of people who can relate to this. And it's a very good it's a good telling of the story. Actually, it's one of the best tellings of this story with Minnie and Mickey, because they do act, because they are technically those childlike innocence, and you do want to see them succeed and be able to make their beloved partner feel happy around Christmas. It's basically a good story. The biggest problem with it is Pete, and, well, as much as there are people like Pete who exist in this world, I'm not meaning just Pete overall, Pete in this story. There are people like him that exist in this world, and normally around this time, we do have to remember that this is the time of forgiveness and a time for peace on earth. Now, if this wasn't Christmas, we'd be wishing for him to kill. Hopefully he dies and gets killed, but because it's Christmas and the holidays, where we talk about being good to our neighbor, we'll let it slide. This time. But yeah, this is a great story. After that, we go on to the end of the book, finished narrated by Kelsey Grammer, and then we finally end with everyone singing a Christmas song. First we hear from Minnie and Mickey, since they were just recent. We heard from Donald, Daisy, Huey, Dewey, Louie from some other songs, and then Max and Goofy finally show up singing their song, and they all get together to sing 3 songs combined as one. And that's Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. And that's it. Well, I'm kind of glad that we got to do a 12 days of Christmas reviews. It's been almost a year since I've been off, and it's nice to do these videos once again. But it's also nice to know that even though we had a really bad year, we still have good people we can always watch and look up to. So if you're feeling a little sad and lonely this holiday, don't worry. People that care about you, and people who you're watching this with, well, you know what I'm going to say. We all love you. So I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and basically, you all have a good, Happy New Year. So, hopefully you like, comment, and hopefully subscribe. Happy trails, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for watching 12 Days of Christmas Reviews, Day 12, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. I'm so thankful for you guys to keep watching these videos, and sorry about having to cut most of them. So, make sure you subscribe and click on that bell for notifications.